Hi everybody. I just thought I'd have a quick catch up for my HSCT for MS, give you a little bit of an update on how I've been doing. It's just been over 2 months since I last had my transplant. I last uploaded about a month after my transplant, so it's just been over 2 months, sorry. I had the transplant on the 15th of January and it's now the 26th of March. So I just thought I'd have a quick catch up just to let you know how I'm doing. On my last upload, I was very positive and I actually felt pretty good for having relatively recently come out of the hospital. I'm having a little bit of a downtime at the moment. The past 2 or 3 weeks, I've been feeling a little bit rubbish, which I think is to be expected. The doctor said to me, oh, be careful you don't do too much because it can make you feel worse. So I'm seeing the doctor still at Sheffield every 2 weeks at the moment. I have a blood test taken and everything seems to be okay on the blood test, so that's good. My platelet levels are slightly lower than normal, but not enough to be worried about, so that's really good. And my kind of white cell count is good as well. So although I've got good immunity according to my blood test, they said I still have to be careful with being exposed to new things because obviously my immune system is very new, so it won't have been exposed to certain viruses and things like that yet. So although I'm feeling good in terms of my blood tests, I have been feeling a little bit more tired and fatigued, and to be honest, my MS mobility and spasticity, I can't say that word, are a little bit worse at the moment. So even worse than they were pre-HSCT. So I'm not wanting to sugarcoat it because I think that if you're watching this, it's because you're interested in doing HSCT or you're out to have it. And the first thing I would say is I don't regret having HSCT. It's very early days yet, and they told me it would be kind of a roller coaster of recovery as well. And all the things I look at, I'm part of a Facebook group for people who've already had it. And that's certainly the experience that they seem to have around recovery, is that it's very up and down for the first year at least. So although my mobility and spasticity are worse at the moment, I'm hopeful that over time that will improve. This kind of gives an example. It's probably about 1 something and the kids are off to school, and I'm still sitting here in my kind of comfy clothes, getting the energy up to do a bit of yoga before they come home. So I'm finding it a bit hard, a bit tiring. Tired at the moment, fatigue's bad. But I'm doing everything I can still to try and be as healthy as I can. I'm eating a good diet because I'm not neutropenic anymore. Neutropenia is when your white blood cells are so low that you have to kind of follow a special diet. They're not like that now, so I'm eating loads of fruit and veg, which I feel really good for. And I generally feel okay, I just feel a bit down. So to be completely honest, one of the things that the doctor had told me about before I went in for my HSCT was the effect that chemo can have on my fertility. And I had a period when I was in hospital, but I haven't had anything since I've come back, and I'm starting to get some hot flushes as well. So I need to go and chat to my GP about to find out what my hormones are doing, because chances are that's what's giving me this kind of silent grumpiness as well as my mobility and the fatigue. So I think it's a bit of a mixture. As you can see, my hair's starting to grow back. I was debating on whether I should have my hat on, but I thought, well, I do wear it when I'm out and about still, but I'm pleased it's growing back. There's still a few patches, and I was hoping that maybe my grey hair wouldn't come back, but it has. So I'm gonna have brown and grey hair when it grows back. I suppose that's to be expected. It's not ginger like I thought it might be. Like people were saying, it might end up being a different colour and fluffy. So I'm pleased it's growing back, and I do feel a bit meh at the minute, but I think that's probably down to hormones and due to the weather. It's still a little bit grey and cold today, and just the fact I want my hair to grow back. I'm kind of ready for me to move forward and to feel a bit better. I kind of was thinking I'd feel a lot better by now, but I don't feel great at the moment, but I'm sure I will feel much better in the next coming weeks. The things I'm trying to do, I am going out and about. I try and avoid lots of big crowds, and staying in places that are really small, with lots of people. So, for example, my children's parents' evening, they usually do it in the school hall where all the parents come together and you kind of, the teachers sit around and you go speak to them individually. We actually saw them on a one-to-one rather than me having to be in the hall with everybody. So that was good. But I'm trying to build up my exposure to different people. We have a pub up the end of the road where we go and have a drink sometimes. So I'm not completely staying in or doing anything like that. When I have the energy, I will go out and about, just not for a long time and not really, really busy. So that's pretty much it. My plan is to continue updating things for you, just to let you know how everything's going. As I said, I'm anticipating that I'll start feeling better, but I am aware that it's a very up and down road. So I'm trying not to kind of worry myself that my mobility has got worse. My dad, who's a GP, was saying, you've been through so much health-wise. I'm still on so much medication. I take handfuls of pills day and night, that it's not surprising that I maybe feel a little bit kind of rubbish with everything that I've been through. So I have all that. And the other thing I just thought I'd mention is I wrote a blog post today about kind of essentials to take to the hospital when you're about to have HSCT, because someone was asking me, or he's about to start, and he was saying any advice, and I thought actually this would be a good post to write, because a lot of the things that I ended up using were things that I didn't realize I needed until I was in the hospital. So I'll link that down below, and hopefully that will be helpful to anyone who's about to have HSCT or any kind of stem cell treatment and will be in the hospital for a long time. But apart from that, I'll keep you guys up to date. I'm kind of aiming to do roughly monthly uploads to let you know how things are going. So I'll kind of see you around the 3-month mark, and hopefully I'll be feeling a wee bit better, and I will certainly have more hair then. So I look forward to seeing you then. Take care. Bye.